What's up everyone, Ryan here, aka Hot Wheels Hodges. Today I wanted to show you the tiny home, but first, after recording my last video last week and doing that update, going back and looking at some of my previous videos, there's a couple things that I realized I have not mentioned. In the previous video to my update, I was hoping to have a drift car in the garage that summer, but some things changed. After building the house, during that process, I decided to go ahead and leave my job and start my own business. On top of that, as I mentioned already, decided to build a tiny home. So those are the things I have been working on since that previous video, nearly 3 years ago. But anyway, let's go check out the tiny home. Here on the property, if you follow this channel for a while, you know I'm on 5 acres, and my house back up there is at the top of the hill. It's about 100 yards down here to the tiny home, so we're gonna take a walk down there. I'm gonna show you around the tiny home and discuss a few things with it, and also talk about future plans for drifting, so stick around. So just walking down the driveway here, the tiny home is over to the right, to the woods. I do have a parking spot over here on the side of the paved driveway for 1 or 2 cars for guests. There is a second driveway for the tiny home. It is gravel, and the driveway is really steep, so some people that don't have all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive can't make it up that driveway. So that other spot back there I just showed you is the alternative parking spot for guests that can't make it up that driveway. Here's the tiny home. I designed and built this thing myself with the help of a friend. Had contractor pour the slab and do electrical and drywall. Everything else I did myself or with the help of my friend. It is a 10 by 20 foot tiny home. It also has a 10 by 7 loft for a queen bed. So total square footage 270 square feet. We also have the fire pit over here, and this old storage shed here that was on the property when I bought it. Plan on fixing that up soon, but for now we'll show you the tiny home. I'll show you what all is going on in there. So here we are walking into the tiny home. Pretty much have all of the modern day living conveniences of a normal home, just a lot smaller. We got a stackable washer and dryer, kitchen. Custom built these cabinets myself. Normally cabinets are 24 inches deep. Made these 18 inches deep. As you can see, you know, there's not as much room in here. Had to have room for this ladder that goes up to the loft. So made those 18 inches deep. But what I did with that is I was able to take the cabinets all the way to the ground, so you have more storage space. I've got pots and pans, got induction burner here. The pots and pans are special. You have to have special pots and pans for those, so got those. Got a toaster oven and a coffee maker, a small sink, and then in here we have a bathroom. So you can see how this is laid out. Again, much smaller sink. This is only a 14-inch sink versus normally what would be 24 inches. Obviously you got to have that to have this room here in order to get to the toilet. And then we have a 3 foot by 3 foot stand-up shower. Pretty typical stuff there. And then over here we got the day bed. It's a trundle bed, so this bottom portion does pull out. I use this for storage, to store extra blankets, extra sheets, stuff like that. being it's an Airbnb. I don't really have any other storage in this place, as I didn't build this to live in full time. We've also got a mini fridge with a mini freezer, small microwave, 42-inch TV on a swivel, so you can swing this around if you're cooking in the kitchen or you're up in the loft. You can swing that around and watch TV wherever you're at. Also in the kitchen, we built these shelves out of just standard cast iron pipe you can buy at Lowe's, Home Depot. Painted that oil rub bronze to match the doorknobs and stuff like that. So that turned out really nice. A lot of people like that. Also built this ladder by hand, just kind of looking at the construction of pull down ladders you normally see in attics. Used a 1x4, used red oak instead of pine. It's a little stronger, but basically built that like a pull down ladder in your attic. And it's also removable, so you can move it out of the way if you're cooking or doing other things in the kitchen. And then up in the loft, we just got a queen size mattress that lies on the floor. Quite cozy up here during the winter, and even not too bad in the summer. The mini split system on this tiny home does a good job of heating and cooling. Obviously you got the window here. You can open at night on a nice cool night, let a little air in, a little fresh air in, and just look out the window there, and it's a nice view to wake up to. Coming back down out of the loft, one other thing I did want to mention, this is a, like I said, 10 by 20 floor plan, and the front wall is 12 foot high and the back wall is 9 foot high. That gave us just enough room in the loft. The minimum requirement was 35 square feet of at least 36-inch high headspace. So we were able to obtain that with the 2x8 joist in the floor system there, and still give us the minimum requirements for headspace going into the bathroom to the door there. So beyond that, guys, like I said, this is an Airbnb rental. Started renting it out end of spring last year. I think it was maybe end of March or beginning of April. This brings in between $1,500 and $2,000 a month on Airbnb. Obviously I have some costs associated with that. I do have a couple ladies that help me clean this place in between guests, so I have to pay them. Taxes and utilities are very minimal on this actually here in this state. So I think for the year, taxes on this place was only like $80. My utilities, runs off the same water as the main house. I haven't seen my water go up more than maybe $4 or $5. Electricity, obviously, it's on a separate electricity meter, electric meter, and there is some cost with that. But again, you know, it's maybe $35 a month or something like that. So overall, great investment, and great income. It covers my living expenses. It covers my mortgage. It covers my utilities for this house and up on the hill. And it, you know, it covers my taxes and insurance and stuff like that. So basically this place covers my living expenses. Beyond that, going back to the drifting, like I said, hopefully get into a drift car sometime soon. I no longer am placing limits on timing, because since leaving my job, I became very spiritual, and I understand that things happen on God's time or the universe's time, whatever you choose to call it. And so there's no real predicting that. So just trying to do the best I can each day to keep moving forward and make things happen. Trying to develop and create other sources of income through my business, and you know, it's mainly through YouTube channels. This channel I never really intended to be a source of income, but who knows, maybe one day I'll monetize that and maybe you'll be seeing a video ad, or somebody maybe wants to sponsor me. I don't know, like Monster, Fox, or who knows, but we'll see. So anyway, guys, that's it for now on the sources of income, the tiny home. You're pretty much caught up to date where I'm at now. I'll keep trying to make videos, keep you in the loop as I keep progressing. So stay tuned. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.